The 2026 Silver Saga from Ancient Treasure to Modern Moonshot. Will prices hit $200 or crash back to Earth? The Silver Enigma. Imagine holding a metal that has been coveted for 5,000 years. From Egyptian pharaohs crafting divine artifacts to modern solar panels powering the Green Revolution. Now, picture that same metal surging 147% in just 1 year, shattering records and turning everyday investors into overnight millionaires. But here is the burning question no one is fully answering yet. What happens to silver prices in 2026? Will it rocket to $200 an ounce, as some bold predictors claim? Or will a hidden market force send it tumbling back to $50? Stick around, because we're about to unpack the twists, turns, and tantalizing possibilities that could make silver the investment story of the decade. Welcome to the 2026 Silver Saga, your ultimate deep dive into the world of silver pricing. I'm your guide through this metallic maze, and today we'll explore everything from silver's ancient allure to its cutting-edge industrial boom, laced with curiosity hooks that'll keep you guessing. We'll draw on fresh data from 2026. Yes, silver S already hit historic highs of $93.50 per ounce this January, and expert forecasts that range from conservative climbs to wild moon. By the end, you'll have the tools to decide if silver deserves a spot in your portfolio. But first, let's rewind. How did this poor man S. Gold become the hottest commodity on the block? Silver's storied past, from myth to market mayhem. What if I told you silver's price volatility is ERNT new? It is baked into its DNA. Silver's history is a roller coaster of booms and busts that make today's surges look tame. Dating back to 3000 BCE, silver was mined in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, and prized by civilizations for its luster and rarity. The ancient Greeks called it the metal of the moon, associating it with Artemis, while the Romans used it to mint denarii coins that fueled their empire's expansion. Fast forward to the Spanish conquest of the Americas in the 1500s. Potosi in Bolivia became the world's silver capital, producing 60,000 tons over centuries, enough to build a bridge from South America to Spain, as legend has it. But curiosity hook. Did you know this flood of New World silver caused Europe's first major inflation crisis, known as the Price Revolution, where prices tripled in a century? Silver's modern pricing era kicked off in the 19th century with the Comstock Lode discovery in Nevada 1859, which dumped massive supplies onto the market and crashed prices from $1.32 per ounce in 1873 to under 50 cents by 1893. The U.S. government's crime of 1873, demonetizing silver, sparked populist rage, inspiring L. Frank Bohm's Wizard of Oz as an allegory. Yellow brick road equals gold standard. Silver slippers in the book equals silver backing. Then came the infamous Hunt Brothers saga in 1980. Texas billionaires Nelson and William Hunt tried cornering the market, driving prices from $6 to $50 per ounce in months, only for Silver Thursday to crash it back to $10, bankrupting them. Lesson? Silver's price is hypersensitive to supply shocks, speculation, and regulation. By the 20th century, silver evolved from monetary metal to industrial powerhouse. The 2008 financial crisis saw prices plummet from $21 to $9, then rebound to $49 in 2011 amid QE money printing. Curiosity hook. Why does silver swing wilder than gold? It's the gold to silver ratio, historically 15 to 1, reflecting Earth's crust abundance, but it ballooned to 125 to 1 in 2020 before compressing to 50 to 1 today. This ratio hints at silver's undervaluation, but more on that later. The 2025 silver explosion, anatomy of a 147% surge. Ever wonder why silver, often overshadowed by gold, suddenly stole the spotlight in 2025? The answer lies in a perfect alignment of supply crunch, demand boom, and macroeconomic mayhem. Silver closed 2024 at around $30 per ounce, but by December 2025, it shattered $80, a 147% gain that outpaced Bitcoin's volatility. According to the Silver Institute, global demand hit a record 1.2 billion ounces in 2025, up 10% from 2024, while mine production stagnated at 820 million ounces, creating an eighth consecutive deficit projected 200 million ounces short Industrial demand was the rocket fuel. Silver's conductivity makes it essential for solar panels. Photovoltaics consume 200 million ounces in 2025, up 20%. EVs, batteries, and electronics, 5G, tech, and AI data centers. China's green push alone gobbled 15% more silver. Curiosity hook. Did you know one Tesla Model S uses about 1 ounce of silver? But scaling to 100 million EVs by 2030 could devour 50% of annual supply? But the real spark, central banks pivot, Fed rate cuts from 5.5% to 3.5% weakened the dollar DXY down 8%, boosting commodities. Meanwhile, paper silver manipulation allegations, comex, futures positions equivalent to 5.5 years of mine output, fueled a short squeeze. As Alan Hibbard of Gold Silver noted, silver's 2025 performance plus 147% was just the appetizer. Now, with prices at $90, is 2026 set for an even bigger feast or a nasty hangover? The forces shaping silver in 2026. Bullish tailwinds and bearish traps. What if silver's true value isn't $90, but $150 or more? Or what if a recession sends it crashing to $60? Let's dissect the trends defining 2026's silver landscape. First, the bullish case. Supply deficits are worsening. The Silver Institute forecasts 2026 demand at 1.3 billion ounces, with mining output flat at 830 million, a 470 million ounce shortfall. The largest ever primary silver mines, like Hecla Mining's Lucky Friday face depletion, while byproduct silver from copper led zinc operations drops as those metals slow. Industrial supercharge, solar demand could hit 250 million ounces as global installations double to meet net zero goals. EVs, IEA predicts 230 million on roads by 2030, each needing more silver for efficiency. AI boom, data centers require silver-coated wiring. NVIDIA's Blackwell chips indirectly spike demand. Curiosity hook. Ever thought about silver in your smartphone? Each iPhone uses 0.034 grams multiplied by 2.5 billion devices annually. And it's a hidden 2,700 tons sucked from supply. Monetary mayhem with U.S. debt at $38 trillion, 120% GDP. Inflation could rebound to 5% per CBO. Fed's balance sheet at $9 trillion keeps rates low, eroding fiat value. Geopolitics, Middle East tensions, Ukraine war, and Taiwan risks drive safe haven flows. BRICS Plus, now 10 nations may launch silver-backed assets per rumors. Expert forecasts vary wildly. Gold Silver's Alan Hibbard, $175 buy in 2026. Robert Kiyosaki, $200. HSBC, $68.25 average. Bank of America, $1.56 average. Peak $65. Saxo Bank, $60, 70 consensus. From NASDAQ CBS, $70 to $80. But Oregon Group sees $150 under short squeeze scenarios. CoinCodex, up to $244 by May optimistic AI model. Reddits are Silverbugs, $128 by Q2 or Navi dollars. 6-90 UA2 plateau. Bearish risks. Recession 1%. GDP dip could cut industrial demand 10%. Strong dollar if Fed hikes, pressures, commodities. Tariffs. Trump's 25% on imports. Inflate costs but hits solar EV growth. Oversupply if recycling jumps 15% from e-waste. Deficits shrink. Manipulation. Banks' short positions could cap prices, though 2025 squeeze weakened this. Curiosity hook. Remember the Hunt brothers. Today's paper silver futures versus physical ratios 250 to 1, a powder keg for volatility. If physical demand bars, coins, surges 20% as in 2025, prices could double. Silver investment strategies for 2026. From bars to ETFs. Curious how to play silver without getting burned. Physicals who've had coins like American Eagles. Bars offers tangibility but storage costs. ETFs SLV, PSLV provide liquidity without holding metal. Mining stockies, Pan American Silver, Wheaton, precious leverage prices 3 to 1 but carry operational risks. Futures, high risk for pros. Royalty companies Franco-Nevada offer stable exposure. Timing, buy dips below $80, sell peaks above $120, diversify 5 to 10% portfolio allocation. Tax note: physical silver held greater than 1 year's long-term capital gains up to 28%. Closing this saga: Silver's 2026. Wild card as 2026 unfolds. Silver isn't just a metal, it's a barometer for global chaos and innovation. Will it hit $200, fulfilling Kiyosaki's prophecy, or stabilize at $70 amid recession fears? One thing's certain: with deficits deepening and demand insatiable, silver's story is far from over. Curiosity hook: what if silver becomes the new gold in a de-dollarized world? Watch this space. Your portfolio might thank you.